Okay, I want you to picture a psychological experiment so intense and honestly so deeply unsettling that most people wouldn't even survive the first week. Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving deep into exactly what happens to the human brain when it's forced to survive 30 days completely, 100% severed from the digital world. We're talking no short parts, no escape.
Imagine waking up tomorrow morning. You reach over to the nightstand and your phone is simply gone. No Instagram, no TikTok, no group chats blowing up, no phantom vibrations in your pocket. Just absolute, complete silence. For the next 30 days, you're forced to navigate the world exactly as people did before smartphones even existed. Now, at first, that might sound peaceful, right? But the reality is a profound, terrifying emptiness. Because the scariest part here isn't just losing a logistical tool. It's the sudden, creeping realization that you might no longer know how to exist without it.
Section 1. The hidden problem. Architects of the mind. You know, we all kind of like to believe our phones are just tools, just little rectangles of glass and metal sitting in our pockets. But that's a total lie. Over time, they have quietly become the literal architects of our minds. Piece by piece, they've completely reconstructed our attention spans, our emotional baselines, and honestly, even our identities. So on day one of this experiment, the silence is absolutely deafening. Your device didn't just steal your attention overnight, it actively trained it away, one notification at a time, basically building a digital prison entirely out of your daily habits. Section 2. The science of scrolling. So those first few days of this disconnect are physically jarring. You will absolutely catch your hand reaching into an empty pocket. 5 minutes go by and you check again. Still nothing. Scientists actually call this a phantom habit. Your brain has repeated this physical action tens of thousands of times until it just became totally automatic. You aren't reaching for your phone because something important is happening in the real world. No, your neural pathways are literally misfiring, locked in this desperate, continuous loop, expecting a digital reward.
And that expectation, it was engineered using something known as the slot machine mechanism. It's a brutal 3-step loop. Step 1 is the trigger, so a tiny red badge or a vibration. Step 2 is the action, the swipe or the scroll. And step 3 is the variable reward, that sweet hit of dopamine. You never actually know which swipe will reveal something funny or outrageous, so you just keep pulling the lever again and again. We were trained, quite literally like lab rats, to look away from our actual reality and stare into the machine. But then, right around day 3, this really bizarre shift occurs. Suddenly, waiting in a line feels completely unbearable. Eating a meal without watching a screen feels almost illegal. Think about it. For years, every single moment of boredom was instantly executed by your phone. You just consumed instead of wondering. But boredom was never the enemy here. Actually, boredom is the birthplace of imagination. The phone quietly murdered the quiet space where original thinking, self-reflection, and real breakthroughs actually happen.
Section 3. The 30-day experiment.
So what really goes down when we force that quiet space to return? Well, surviving the phantom habits of week 1 is really just the starting line. By week 2, your deeply fractured attention slowly begins to heal itself. By week 3, you hit a totally unavoidable emotional wall. And finally, by day 30, there's a complete reclamation of the self. This right here is the exact psychological roadmap your brain follows when the digital noise finally, mercifully, just stops. Let's actually zoom in on week 2 for a second. This is where your attention really begins to repair itself. Now at first, reading just a single page of a physical book feels impossible. Your eyes are darting all over the place, practically begging for a dopamine hit. Researchers know that constant task switching fundamentally damages our sustained attention. Every single notification screams at you, "Don't stay here, move, refresh." Deep focus wasn't destroyed, it was just forgotten. Without those constant interruptions, your mind slowly remembers how to stay in one place. And eventually, you finally finish a chapter.
Section 4. Reclaiming your lost time. As we cross into day 15, a really fascinating phenomenon happens. Time itself actually seems to expand. Have you ever wondered why modern life just moves so frighteningly fast? It's because memory isn't built from repetition, it's built from novelty. When you scroll through 500 identical posts, your brain basically compresses them into nothing. Poof. Hours literally vanish. But real-world experiences, like walking somewhere new or learning a new skill, they stretch our perception of time because the brain records them vividly. To put it simply, the less you scroll, the more you actually remember living. But then comes week 3, the uncomfortable wait. And this is where things get real. You start noticing emotions you have expertly dodged for years: loneliness, anxiety, regret, uncertainty. You see, we often fail digital detoxes not because we miss the apps, but because we miss the distraction. The screen was basically a shield protecting you from your own buried emotions. Every uncomfortable feeling could be suffocated beneath a 15-second reel. But those emotions, they never disappeared. They were just waiting. Now, the conversation with yourself finally begins. And as you begin to face yourself, your relationships completely transform. Without even realizing it, you're making way more eye contact. Meals become actual conversations instead of silent, shared scrolling sessions. It's this incredible yet tragic irony. Technology completely solved physical distance, but it quietly engineered mass emotional absence. You quickly realize that being physically present is absolutely not the same thing as truly being there. Section 5, the bigger truth. All right, so we finally arrived at day 30. And look, you haven't turned into a monk, you still need technology to function in the modern world. And that brings us to the ultimate twist of this entire explainer. The goal was never to permanently destroy your phone. The smartphone is a miraculous tool that connects families and literally saves lives. The hidden danger is what we call unconscious technology, allowing algorithms to invisibly dictate the hours of your life. Your phone didn't somehow become less powerful on day 30. You simply became immune to its manipulation. And that awareness, that changes everything. Section 6, the ultimate choice. There's this quote, "Wherever your attention goes, your life quietly follows." Think about that. The most valuable thing being extracted from you right now isn't your time. Time always returns tomorrow. Attention does not. We are living through the literal commodification of human focus. The biggest lesson hidden inside those 30 days of silence is that you don't magically find some brand new version of yourself. No, you simply get the chance to finally meet the person you were before the world learned how to monetize your attention. So, before you unlock your screen one more time today, before you swipe to see what you missed in the digital void, I want you to ask yourself this. When was the last time you consciously chose where your attention went, instead of letting an algorithm choose for you? Because the quality of your attention dictates the quality of your entire life. And maybe, just maybe, the life you've been desperately searching for is waiting patiently on the other side of your next notification.